Namaste and welcome to On the Path with Yogi Krish. Today in this video, I'll share two very short stories that are really close to my heart. And both of them talk about gratitude and happiness. The first story is about a king. He had a large empire, and he had a minister that he really trusted. He was very wise. The king would often stand in his very large, spacious balcony and look out at his empire. One day, he called his minister and he pointed at one particular house. And he asked the minister this question: "Tell me, I have this large empire, I have so much money, but I have so much responsibilities too, so many things to worry about. But this person who seems to be very poor and who lives in this small hut that I see from my balcony, he has very little, but he seems to be utterly happy every single day. What's the reason?" The minister smiled and he said, "I will ask you to do something. Can you do it for me?" The king said yes. He said, "I want you to put 99 gold coins in one bag and leave it at the doorsteps of that particular chap and see what happens." So the king did. He put 99 gold coins in a bag and he left it at the doorsteps of that poor person. Next day morning, that person got up. He saw the bag. He was really surprised. He picked it up. He took it inside his house, thrilled to see the gold coins. And then he started counting them. And he counted 99. And he told himself, there's obviously a mistake. It has to be 100. So he counted it again, recounted it again, counted it again. Every time, 99 gold coins. And he told himself, I gotta make this 100. I will do whatever it takes to add that one gold coin. Days passed. The king came out into his balcony and he looked out. And he saw this person that all this time, who was utterly happy, was unhappy. He was working day in and day out. The glow on his face left. He seems to be preoccupied. He ignored his wife and his kids. And the king understood. The king understood the moral of the story, that too often we don't see the 99 gold coins that we have in our lives. And we chase that one single gold coin that we think will make us happy. It has no purpose. I hope you enjoyed the story. We'll go into the next one. Again, it's about happiness and gratitude. In a particular place, there lived a monk, a very senior monk. He lived on top of the mountains. And he had what they called was a magic mirror. People craved to be with this wise monk, but he lived in seclusion all alone. His disciples ran an ashram where they taught other disciples, and once every year they selected 2 people to go up this mountain and meet this wise man who had this magic mirror. So the day came, 2 disciples were chosen. And they proudly went up the mountain to see the wise man. The first disciple went in, and the wise man showed him the magic mirror. And he asked him, "What do you see?" The disciple said, "O wise monk, I am so thrilled. I saw myself as leading thousands of other people. They listened to whatever I had to say. I always knew that I was made for larger things." The wise monk said, "Did you see anything else?" He said, "Yes. I was holding a book, the holy book, and I had a sword in my hand. But that's all right. I'm meant to be famous. I will go out and I will preach, and I will become famous." And the wise man said, "So be it." Then the second disciple was called. The second disciple went in, and the wise man showed him the magic mirror and said, "What do you see?" He said, "Oh wise man, I see myself with hundreds of people, holding a book and a knife in my hand." I said, "What else do you see?" He said, "That's all that I see. But I have a question for you." And the wise man smiled. He said, "Yes." He said, "What does this holy book and this knife, large knife or sword, literally mean?" And the wise man said, "I'm very happy that you asked this question. The holy book is all about wisdom, and the sword or the knife is all about cutting through all illusions and reaching real clarity." So the disciple said, "So if I do this, I truly understand these wise words that are contained in this holy book and use them to truly understand God's words, then I will be able to teach these hundreds of people." And the wise man said, "Yes, you will. And if you do that, you will be happy." The second disciple left. Both of them came down from the mountains, and they were surrounded by all the other disciples. The first disciple said, "Oh, what a great honor and what a great experience. I'm meant to be famous. And I will leave this ashram in this place, and I will have millions of followers. Who wants to come with me?" A lot of people left to join him because they trusted the wise man. Some people stayed back. They asked the second person, "What did you see?" The second disciple said, I saw myself with a holy book and with a knife or a sword. And the wise man told me that if you truly understand God's words and you're wise enough and you're able to use the sword or the knife to reach clarity and wisdom, then I will be utterly happy. And I can teach that to all the other people so that they are happy too. So the disciples who stayed back, they thought, they said, this is good. This sounds better than the first person. Because eventually what we want is to be truly happy. And so they left with the second disciple. And they, in their life, wandered preaching God's words, using the sword to cut through confusion, Maya, illusions, and truly find happiness within themselves. The first disciple became very famous, had millions of followers, and he started his own religion. So it's up to all of us. We need to ask the right questions sometimes to understand the wisdom of all that we read and all that we see around us, all the gifts and all the bounties and beautiful things that are around us and that are bestowed upon us by the divine, by the universe. And if we truly do that, we don't need much to be truly happy. All we need to do is to use the knife or the sword to cut through Maya, illusions, and get clarity within us. I hope these two stories help you. I love these two stories, by the way, and I tell it to a lot of people. If you enjoyed them and you think that it helps you, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share it with other people. I feel very happy to talk to you today about this. Thank you so much. God bless. May you find your own happiness.